There you go.
I'd like to call the meeting to order, please. Roll call.
President Byrne.
Here.
Trustee Schultz.
Here.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Here.
Trustee Hebda.
Here.
Trustee Cook.
Here.
Trustee Markwart.
Here.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum present. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Now, this is another night of politics for those that have been obviously probably politicked out after after the last election, but you know, it's over. We got to come together. We got to try to solve some problems, and you know, because it doesn't seem to be getting any better worldwide. So, you know, I'm tired of hearing about Europe's economy, but it's part of us. So, hopefully they can get together in Congress and, you know, go forward and do something good for all of us and everybody in the country. So, congratulations to President Obama on his second term, not that he's going to hear this, but, and also the candidates that won re-election, well, two re-elections. Carol Senti, who's the 59th House Rep. Terry Lake is our state senator. And then our new congressman is Brad Schneider. Oh, excuse me. Who defeated Bob Dole. So, congratulations to them.
That's water.
I probably need a humidifier over here. No.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
something else, but we'll get you some water.
So anyway, I guess we're gonna start anew, but with that said, are there any citizens that wish to address the board tonight on anything other than what'll be at committee of the whole? And if it's at committee of the whole, then you can be part of the discussion. Okay. All right, proclamation congratulating Shane Williamson on Class 2A IESA State Championship. Is Shane here? Shane, you want to step up to the
He's over there.
presentation altar here?
Yeah, come behind, you can take pictures.
Oh, boy. Okay. Coaches are here too, huh? Okay, so what do we have?
Very fast individual.
It is Coach Carlson here.
There, she's back
We
there.
want to, and Coach Humble, but I don't think I have.
Yep, they're both here.
I don't know if I got three. Let me see. Well, you guys want, the coaches want to step forward?
I'll take the baby.
Christine. Okay, hi. How are you?
Good.
How you doing?
Okay, I assume you're Shane? Not the little guy, yeah? What's your son's name?
Mateo.
Mikhail. Mikhail.
Mateo.
Mikhail.
I like that name.
I do too.
He's a famous football player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Well, yeah, is it? Well, it's close to the guy at Notre Dame, the star linebacker. But I digress. Okay, fine. So we're here to honor Shane Williamson. So congratulations, Shane Williamson, on your Class 2A Illinois Elementary School Association 2012 State Championship in cross country. Shane Williamson attends Hawthorne Middle School South, and he's running on the screen right now, where he is on the 8th grade cross country team. You're about to cross the finish line here?
There he
You're
goes.
seeing the same thing? Okay. All right. Coached by Tony Carlson
That's you.
from Aspen School and Christine Humboldt from Hawthorne Middle School South. The Hawthorne South Boys and Girls Cross Country teams competed in the Class 2A Illinois Elementary School Association State Cross Country Meet in Bloomington, Illinois on October 13th, 2012. Despite terrible conditions of rain and mud and against a strong field of runners, not the gloom of night though, Shane won the 2-mile race in 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Shane ended his undefeated running season with a state victory. Therefore, I, Roger L. Byrne, President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Vernon Hills, hereby proclaim that Shane Williamson be congratulated for his Class 2A IESA 2012 State Championship in cross country. Congratulations, Shane. This one, Shane, this one's for you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Cheers, great job. Great.
How far did you actually run?
It's 2 miles.
And then how long did it take you?
10 minutes and 37
That's a
seconds.
5:50
pretty good,
split
huh?
out of it, which is
Isn't that
extremely
good?
good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is good.
Shane, hey,
Hey, wait, guys.
whoa, we got and the coaches, we gotta give you a proclamation too. So, this is Christine. Thank you very much. And this is Tony Carlson and
Good
the
job.
linebacker.
Can we get the
from
little guy?
Notre
I'll
Dame.
just take it.
All right, you coaches, you want to say anything about this team? It's okay. You can use the mic. Do you teach all day long?
Yes, I teach 6th grade science at Hawthorne Middle South.
Right.
Shane has been on the cross-country team for 3 years.
Yeah.
He started as a 6th grader, worked very hard. He's a great leader on the team. Our girls' team took 14th in state, made up only of 6th and 7th graders. And Shane is a role model for them. We expect to see great things next year.
There, thank you. Coach Carlson?
You have a helper.
We got a pretty good program. We're always trying to build it, and this is one addition to building it. The girls actually from the high school also qualified for state, so it's good to see them moving forward, not only in middle school, but as well as the high school. They got a good coach over there, and we're going to see this guy in the paper quite a bit.
All right, Shane, do you have any desire to run a marathon?
I don't know. I mean, I've never run like a really, really long distance, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
maybe
want to meet
eventually.
somebody that's a
Try it.
Boston marathoner? You ever meet somebody?
Yeah, actually. one
Who'd
of
you,
my-
no, who'd you
Mom
meet?
runs it.
I know someone by the name of Cheryl Bauman. She runs lots and lots of marathons.
And you met her?
so, yeah.
You want to meet another one, Trustee Mike Marquardt? You should shake hands with him. He's run the Boston Marathon, what, twice now?
No, 3 times.
3
I'll be
times.
4th time if this will be a
They'll
fifth.
probably run this spring again,
Yes,
okay?
it will.
And look at him. He's a lot older than you. So,
You can
Sure.
do it.
I'm sure you could do it if you want to. But with that said, thank you for coming and congratulations, and coaches,
Great
great
job.
job.
Thank
Very
you.
good
All
job.
of you.
All
Thanks
right.
again.
Take care. Okay. All right. Special committee of the whole. We're gonna do the liaison committee meeting on the 13th of November at 7 PM right here.
Mayor,
And
do you
there's
want,
agenda, is it posted?
well, it will be tomorrow because I wanted to ask you, because of the intergovernmental agreement and the whole acquisition discussion of the Y,
Yeah.
would you want to have a special meeting on Tuesday to potentially act on that? Tonight, the plan was to do it tonight, but I think in talking to Kevin and Bob, we're not quite ready because the banks could meet with the Y tomorrow, and there's some issues that could come up, and we want to know what those issues are. So the idea is, would 4 of you be able to make it on Tuesday evening?
Yeah, next Tuesday. I don't
Next
see why not.
Tuesday, yeah.
I'll be there.
Because Monday, though, we got the high school, Maryland.
So November 17th, that's a Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, so
yeah.
we'll post
It's the 13th.
post it either tomorrow or Friday. That agenda plus the committee of the whole on the VAC.
Okay. Alrighty, all right. Village manager ICC rulemaking for aggregation.
This came to our attention through the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus, and what it is the Illinois Commerce Commission is discussing putting together rules for the electric aggregation, which, as you know, we already participated in starting in July. Our concern is, there's a contention by the law firm that the Mayor's Caucus secured or retained, that the ICC doesn't have the ability under the statutes to make rules under the municipal electric aggregation. That's number one. And then number two, if in fact it proves out that they do have the ability, what we would want to be as municipalities is be at the table to influence the impact of these rules, because there's some concerns that they may make it much more difficult to go out for bids for suppliers, and there's just a lot of unanswered questions, and we're not quite sure why they're going about this. It seems like municipal aggregation is working very well. Why the rules? So anyway, and I just checked with our leaders, so to speak, in Buffalo Grove, the 7-member consortium. They have signed on for this, and right now it's an initial number. I think it's like $350. It's pretty small, and it's just, again, to show support, this list of communities, and then we'll come back to you, of course, if this turns into, once in a while these can turn into a cause, and they're asking for $5,000 donations and $10,000 donations, then we can obviously back out, and we make sure we can back out of it. So if that's okay, I'll send them something indicating that we'll participate, if that's acceptable.
Would you like a motion?
Sure, that would be fine.
Move to authorize the village manager to enter into this consortium at a cost not to exceed $350 at this time.
Second it.
Motion is second. Roll call.
Trustee Schwartz, Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Hebda,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Okay, before I forget it, we have Troop 95 here. Troop 95, are you here? Well, your parents said yes. Did you say yes? You're the troop members, right?
You're waiting.
Yeah, he's
All right.
waving at you.
Okay. And thanks, Lee, blah, 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 blah. And then tonight you're here to do, Judy Braun is your advisor on this, right? Regarding
Community service review.
community service / what?
They are working on their communication merit badge. And as you know, they're all going to be prime leaders someday. So they are here at many requirements to observe adults communicating to their friends.
Are you taking notes?
Yes, they are.
Really? Well, we can, give you a tape of this meeting, because all our meetings are, taped and televised, so.
Isn't that someone who ran?
Do you know what transparency means?
Yeah.
Transparency? Right, we've been transparent since 1993.
That's true.
They televising our meetings, so,
Yeah, meetings are transparent. You and I are pretty.
Well, no, I'm not transparent, obviously, but, yeah. Yeah, transparent's a fleeting moment in time. Okay, all right, well, welcome Troop 95, the Boy Scouts. All right, so we don't have any other reports from anybody. So on this vote agenda, there's a motion to approve items A through, P. Is there a motion and a second?
There's a light.
I'd like to table I.
Table A, yeah? Let me see.
It's for the HVAC system, just need to take a look at some additional information and, before we make a decision on it.
Oh, okay. I mean, we only need a motion on that then.
Are you
The
tabling
individual
indefinitely, or?
You know, table 5 for
Next
All right, well,
meeting.
does anybody, okay, is that a motion? Or pull it?
Motion.
You want to just pull it?
yes.
Because table's different. Okay, table it? Yeah, okay.
If you just pulls it, you don't need a
Pull it.
motion.
Yeah. All right. Right. Okay, pulled. All right, so, any other comments or questions? Larry Nacron?
Yeah, just wanted to note that the invoice approval on the caption, it still says for October 16, 2012. A corrected one is on the dais for November 7th, 2012. Everything else in the report is correct except for the date in the title.
Okay.
B.
So is there a motion then to approve items A through H, J through P?
P.
So move.
Second?
Motion and a second. If no further comments or questions, roll call, please.
Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz.
Motion carries. Oh, you wanted, okay.
Well, otherwise we have,
Put
For
it back.
I,
council, right, we would have to motion to table it, otherwise we should vote on it tonight because it was on the agenda.
motion
Well,
to.
It was
Yeah.
Well, I
motion
didn't
to
make
pull.
it, yeah, you,
Table it until after we motioned it, so now
Do-
I'm asking to.
Do you want to give Dave some direction now or later on?
Directions act, just to, actually to review, a little more time frame to review some of it, of the information.
Oh,
And that's the reason for tabling it.
okay.
all right, is there a motion to table? There's
Yes.
I
second,
motioned it.
Second?
Second. Oh.
roll call.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. All right, next is unfinished business. First item A, approval of Kemper voucher list of bills dated November 7th, 2012, in the amount of $10,078.39.
So move.
Second.
Motion second, comments or questions? If not, none, roll call.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
And, yeah, and for the record, I'd vote aye on this. Motion carries. Okay, approval of October 23rd, 2012 special village board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Second.
Motion seconds, comments, questions, corrections, deletions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Abstain.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
I'd vote aye for the record. C, approval of October 25th, 2012 special village board meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Is that a redundancy?
No,
No.
it's that.
Oh, yeah, it was at the continuation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there's a motion, a second. Comments, questions, corrections, deletions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Abstain.
I'd vote
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Mayor Byrne.
aye. Motion carries. Next is a D, approval and passage of resolution 2012-169, a resolution adopting the 2012 strategic plan. Any comments or questions on this one?
Motion to approve.
Yeah, we gave a motion. Motion is, yeah, we have a motion.
Second?
Motion is second. When, I mean, will this be ready to release, like tomorrow on the website?
Yeah, we'll put it on the website right away.
Okay, and,
I should say, Mayor, it has been in draft form.
Right.
Because we asked people for comments.
Right.
So this would be the final form, and it would be.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one we did was how many years ago? 4 or 5?
2000,
Memory's bad, but I
4?
yes.
Oh, 8 years ago, okay. So that kind of, you know, if anybody wants to look at it online, which it'll be there, it kind of gives you a, you know, a vision of what, you know, not only the board would like to see happen in town, but there was a lot of feedback from the residents, so. And I don't know, what is this, the fourth one we've done, or
Well, I
fifth
want to
one?
say there's 94, 96, 98, 2001, I think, 2004,
Yeah.
and this one. So 6,
Yeah, okay, and,
5 or 6.
this, you know, so anyway, and read it and let us know what you think of it, and we'll be happy to address it. Okay. Do we vote on it?
No.
Okay. Roll call.
Trustee Schwartz, Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Hebda,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye?
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
And I'd vote aye for the record, too. Motion carries. Okay, now we're gonna go into closed session, right? Recess to go into closed session, or just,
Mayor, you could
wanna wait?
defer it till the end of the meeting, because you're not coming back for action now
Yeah,
anyway.
okay.
So you're doing that Tuesday night. so-
okay.
Oh, that's safe.
All right, so,
Are we tabling E?
what do we,
Then E is,
So you could just
Paul?
reset, no, I'm sorry, not reset, adjourn the meeting and go to committee of the whole,
What do
like
we
you
do with
normally.
E?
right,
so what are we doing with item E? Is that
We have E.
being,
Are we
That's
tabling E?
Tuesday?
Yeah, I get, do they need to table that?
Or do we hold it so we meet and then come back out and then table it?
or do we recess board in case we do have to come back and?
I mean, you could table it to a date certain, which would be next Tuesday.
Well, I was gonna say,
Do that,
that way
maybe
we
do a
would have
motion,
the,
table it to the,
what's
Yeah,
going on
because
at
it's
the
on the
next
agenda
meeting.
for tonight, so.
yeah.
I would motion to table until the next board meeting.
Second?
And it's tabled the,
Item E, I'm
E,
sorry.
Acquisition.
YMCA acquisition and governmental agreement.
well, yeah, for those watching at home, YMCA acquisition, intergovernmental agreement and related documents, which is basically what we have to go discuss in executive session, because it's land acquisition. Is that correct?
Yes.
correct. There's,
Do we have any other item that we're gonna discuss in
yes,
closed session?
personnel. Just
Excuse me,
those 2 items.
personnel. All right, so,
And the reason that we're not coming back,
Well, the reason it,
Next week.
There's
Yeah,
some
it's-
other meetings.
the
going
reason
on.
is we're gonna discuss land, real estate transaction, and it's a land acquisition. And we're, as I mentioned before, it's because we're waiting to hear from the bank. The bank has to deal with a few issues with the Y.
And I
as I
think that's
mentioned,
supposed to
few
come out sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, they're supposed to meet, we understand, tomorrow morning.
Right.
So we should know by Tuesday night. And Kevin and Bob obviously want to know what the sales contract looks like and exactly what the
Dot the i's and cross the
arrangement
t's.
is.
There we go.
all right, so there's a motion to table the intergovernmental agreement between the Park District and the village germane to the YMCA.
And you have a second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Hebda,
Abstain.
Is that true?
Trustee Cook,
aye?
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Schultz,
aye.
Trustee Schwartz,
Tuesday of next week.
Mayor
And I
Burns.
vote aye for the record, so it's tabled. Now we have a motion to go into
Liaisons at 7.
adjourn. Did we already adjourn the village board by motion?
No.
No.
Well, we gotta do that, right?
Motion to adjourn?
Oh, yeah, okay, wait, yeah, okay, any new business or communication to come before the board? Trustee Cook.
Yeah, I just wanted to again remind people, and it'll probably be, because this airs before we have it, the next Monday night is a symposium at Vernon Hills High School about heroin abuse in the suburbs. Robert Crown is putting on the presentation, and they have a very, very good presentation because it's just been a tough year for this village in terms of that particular drug, which is now becoming just such a terrible thing in the suburbs. So it's next Monday night at Vernon Hills High School from 7 to 8:30, and should be, from some friends I know in the business who have seen this presentation that Robert Crown makes, it's very good, so.
And Stevenson has some big program going on
It's
also.
jointly put together by Stevenson, District 128, which is Vernon Hills and Libertyville, and there's also some involvement from District 214.
I was gonna say on 214.
Trustee Cook, are they going to tape that meeting? Do you know?
I don't know, you could call Dr. Swick and check. I would imagine they probably will.
Okay.
It would be great if they could, and then we could
Yeah,
put it on the
and if they're
community
not planning on it, maybe we can
network.
encourage them to do that. They do a great job of that over there.
You want to speak to this?
Yes.
I'm sorry, could you come up? We can't hear you.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what room it was in at the Vernon Hills High School.
I think it's going to be like probably auditorium or something, because with those three big groups, hopefully there'll be a lot of people there. I mean, the last time I was at a presentation there on it, the presenters and elected officials outnumbered the public, and that's unfortunate. This one, I think we should have a good crowd, so I don't think you'll have any trouble finding it. I think it's probably going to be in one of the big meeting rooms.
Okay, thank you.
Are we gonna put, I'm sorry, are we gonna put it on the sign out here?
It's on the sign.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna post on Facebook, and we
Yeah.
got it on cable, and
And I think it's gonna be a big turnout, because I know 214 is already sending messages home to
Yeah.
the kids
Yeah,
from the high school.
Yeah, all
so,
right.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's
Any
great.
other new communication or business to come before the board? All right. Okay. Is there a motion to, we can adjourn now and go to committee of the whole, right? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn the village board meeting and then go into the committee of the whole, and then followed by closed executive session for land acquisition and personnel?
So made. Second.
Motion
Third.
second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hebda?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye?
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. First item is approval of the committee of the whole minutes of October 16th, 2012. Is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Second?
Motion is second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Cook?
Aye?
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Schultz?
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz? Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Hebda?
Aye.
Motion carries. First item is Harvey Lake and Lake Charles assessment preliminary findings.
Thank you very much. Every 10 years, approximately, Lake County Health Department Lakes Management Unit goes out and performs studies of our lake systems. So they've been in town, they've looked at Lake Charles, and they've looked at Harvey Lake also. They did a previous study in 2000 and 2001. Tells us really the quality of the lake, the health of the lake. You know, I won't get into too much of the chemical part of it, but just basically the health of the lake. They will be releasing their study findings formally probably in January or February of 2013. I have had a chance to meet with them, go through some of the details. Specifically, I wanted to learn more about Harvey Lake. And Harvey Lake is across the street from Summer Celebration Grounds, due east of there. Nice naturalized lake. In 2000, they told us there were specific problems being algae. The banks were severely eroding, which was causing the lake to fill in. As the lake was filling in, it was bringing in all this rich nutrients, which was causing a lot of algae blooms and a lot of other problems. So we were able to get some grant monies, make some restoration improvements to the lake, and now fast forward 6 years, they've given us some of the findings. Specifically, some of the impairments of the lakes are no longer there. The water quality has improved, the clarity, total suspended solids, and total phosphorus are all now on the good side of the coin. So what Harvey Lake has changed from was previously a lake that had a lot of algae blooms. Now it's transitioned to a very clean, clear lake, but the problem is now you have sunlight that's hitting into the sediments. It's a very shallow lake, maybe about 3 feet deep. So now all the sunlight is getting in where all these plants are growing up. And so I received some calls from residents of the area. They asked me to come take a look at it, and it's heavily infested with weeds. Weeds are good, you know, a lot of them. These ones are invasives, and we really need to do something to address the weeds now. This is a good problem to have compared to the problems that we've had before. It's just going to take a little lakes management practices. Specifically, the approach that is recommended is prior to May 1, late April, we need to go in there and put some chemicals that are approved by the EPA. They're not going to cause problems to fish, etc. And we need to really address these invasive weeds. So if we could knock out these weeds, and we need to do it at the right time, because if we knock it out at the wrong time, then you have oxygen depletion, and then there's a fish kill. So you can't do it after May. So we need to do it at the right time. What does that mean in terms of cost? We're probably looking at $6,000 to $8,000 for these chemical applications, and I'll discuss with the board as far as how we may fund that, and that'll be the next committee of the whole item that we're about to discuss. But what I wanted to really share with the board and the general public is some good things are happening at Harvey Lake. We have a different problem, but this is a more manageable problem, and we need to take some steps to try to mitigate the invasive weeds. They sit at the water surface. If we knock them down, there's other beneficial plants that don't poke their heads up to the water surface. They're below the surface, and I think that's really what everyone's looking to see. So just want to share that with the board. We'll give you a more update as we learn more, and expect to hear something in January or February of 2013. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
What have you gotten any feedback from the, you know, in discussion with people that live around there, Dave? Dave,
Yes, sir.
have you had any obvious conversations at all with the people that live over there?
Absolutely. Specifically this spring and getting into the summer, we received a number of calls from residents that were really concerned. Their initial feedback, they thought it was an algae problem. Well, in getting my feet into the water and looking at it closer, it's not an algae problem, it's definitely a weed problem. Typically, shallow lakes like that are either algae-ridden or they have weeds in it. We're looking that they do have weeds, we just need to have the right type of weeds. But yes, I've been communicating with the residents. There's a couple that are more prominent in the area. They help me with get the word out to the associations. And after this meeting, I want to reach out to the different associations around there and tell them of our findings also. So this is the first step in communicating that.
I would think so.
Okay. And Lake Harvey, where does that,
No, that's what
I
you meant
guess,
about the lake.
drain into?
It's connected under Lakeview and ties into the Big and Little Bear Lake system.
Okay.
If you look at the old 1936 aerials, it was one of the lakes that was originally there where Big and Little Bear Lake wasn't. So with the creation of Big and Little Bear Lake, it created an outlet for Harvey Lake.
Was that a stone quarry also?
It-
Because Lake
it-
Charles was a stone quarry.
Absolutely. Harvey Lake, it looks like, you know, probably it was remnants of a marsh, a wetland type area. We did find an old clamshell that they did excavate the lake deeper, and we actually found the old clamshell excavation
Oh, the actual,
equipment
yeah, the bucket.
that they used to dredge it. So it definitely had some man-made enhancements also.
Do you boys know what a clamshell is? What he just talked about? Okay. This isn't one you put to your ear, right?
Not as effective that way.
They all had Tonka trucks when they were little.
I'm just asking, you know, I was probably deprived of, you know.
The chemical treatment is probably the same as what they use up at Bangs Lake in the shallows there, because they do a lot of chemical treatment for Eurasian milfoil.
Very, very good, very good. Yes, there's like 3 different products that they've suggested. I need to spend more time with them and with specialists to help educate me specifically which ones and how much to put in and
Probably want
concentrations.
to reach out to the PW guy up at Wakanda.
Sounds good, sounds good.
Okay. Any other comments or questions on this one?
No, it's just one of those, you fix one thing and sometimes it leads to something else, yeah, and so you gotta fix that, yeah,
Always.
just happens.
Okay. All right, Adapt the Pond program? Is that why the Boy Scouts are really here?
Get them to sell it.
In terms of the Adopt a Pond program, I just wanted to share, and in your board packet is our current policy. The policy provides for area resident participation should they want to address algae concerns in a specific detention pond or lake next to their home. Typically, it's set up for a lot of the Greg's Landing, White Deer Run locations. To date, we haven't had as many calls for algae control in that area. When I do receive calls, I do point them to our Adopt a Pond program, discuss ways to help mitigate that. This is an aesthetic issue. It's not a health issue, but you know, the program is available to residents, so we did want to share that. In terms of the current year, we didn't receive any requests, so we do have some monies available that weren't used as part of this program. I think it's roughly $5,000. I would recommend that we utilize that money towards Harvey Lake because it is trying to address a similar type problem. So I'm not looking for a motion right now. I just wanted to advise the board this might be a way to go and help finance those improvements I just discussed at Harvey Lake with the chemical treatments.
Okay. So obviously, there's no action needs to be taken on that item.
True.
So now, that leaves us to adjourn the committee of the whole and go into closed session and discuss land acquisition and personnel, and we won't be coming back out, which means Troop 95 can leave,
They're going, yay, we get to go
including your
home."
parents. All right, so is there a motion to adjourn?
So made.
Motion and a second. Any comments or questions, please? Roll call.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye?
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye?
I like my name.
Motion carries. Thank you and good night.
Goodbye.
Okay, thank you.